Good afternoon, Quasar Markets Live. Jim Batchis and I just got back from New York City. How are you, Jim?
Good, Steve. Fun hanging out. So,
Yeah, I think everybody was talking markets up there in New York. They're talking about Mamdani, I'm sure, a little bit, and they were talking about the weather being a little snowy when I left up there. But what's hot is Trade Pulse this morning, man. You guys got some cool stuff going on. Let me get out of your hair. You guys show what you got going on and pull it up to you. So there it is. I'm gonna get out of your hair.
yeah, for sure. Thanks, Steve. So just to refresh everybody's memory, we are an order flow analytics platform. So, really what we're geared towards is the short-term trader, the active trader. We want to provide that intraday edge, give a real advantage when trying to make those intraday decisions. So, we're a real-time provider of the market flow data, a real-time provider of the order flow data, as well as our own AI-driven signal that we provide as well to give even a further insight. So, like I said, got a cool example here. Wanted to show everybody. This is from today, so this is live as we're on. This is for Salesforce today. So what you're looking at is the intraday activity, minute by minute, in real time for Salesforce. So I'll go over some of the data points just to kind of help tie everything together for everybody. But what you're looking at in terms of the black line here, that's the stock price. So if you were to log on to Trade Pulse right now, you'll see that stock price updating minute by minute to show you what the market's doing for Salesforce or any other stock that you wanted to pull up. You'll see the light blue line kind of running with it. That's what we call our large deal flow data. So this is really capturing all the big money, the hedge funds, uh, mutual funds, really anything $100,000 or more is what's going to fall under that blue line there. And next you'll see that red shade facing down and then some of that green shade towards the right here facing up. That's the retail momentum flow data that we provide. So this is capturing the retail market sentiment intraday, the green shade indicating more buying than selling, the red shade, of course, more selling than buying. And then lastly, I want you to see that vertical green bar there. That's what we call our power inflow signal. So this is our proprietary AI-driven signal that I mentioned. And this is meant to capture a real shift in the order flow from negative to positive. And this is meant to be a bullish trend indicator based on that order flow and what our algorithm is picking up. So essentially, we're saying this is an opportune time to get in the market based on all those factors. And just to dive a little deeper into this example, I think this is a really good one to help illustrate how all the data works together and how our signal can really provide that edge. So you'll notice that black line, the stock price, opening hour really dipped, opened up around 248 at the high in the morning, came all the way down about 243. So it was down about 2%, right in the first hour of trading. And you'll see that light blue line, that large deal flow data, and you can see that red shade really facing down. So it was a pretty steep selling trend first hour of the market. And you can see how the price really reacted with that. Now, the power inflow signal that we provide came in right a little after 10:30 Eastern time. And again, it's meant to capture a real shift in the order flow. And what do you see prior to the signal being provided is that light blue line started to reverse upwards. So indicating that the institutional side was starting to buy a little bit more. That red shade on the retail side started to thin out. And you can see it eventually ended up in the green. So more buying than selling. And lo and behold, the price really reacted with that. You can see shortly following that signal, it was a steady climb for Salesforce, really throughout the rest of the day, and it kind of flattened out. But really, again, helping illustrate what we're trying to provide, and that's the most opportune entry point intraday when buying. Because first hour, you could see stock was really dipping. People probably hesitant to buy, but with our signal and the order flow data we provide, we're trying to provide that real time info to give you that edge and the most opportune time to get in the market. So, you know, this is a pretty good example because the stock actually, you'll see it's actually down a little bit on the day still. But if you got in shortly following our signal, you actually could have captured about a 2% gain or so, even on a day where the stock was down. And that's really the insight and edge that we're trying to give the active trader every day. And, for our power inflow signal, Steve, you know, we track over 2,000 stocks, as you know, and we only provide this signal for about 20 stocks per day. So it's a very specific signal. It's meant to be a significant signal, if you will, because we don't want to provide 2,000 signals. That I think that would kind of defeat the purpose of everything. So this signal is supposed to be a very significant alert. And again, all based on the order flow that we're seeing.
Yeah, as we call it in boating, high and dry. We keep those lines tight, and you know, you have there's over 11,000 equities, and we narrow it down by about down to about 2,000, and out of that you pick the best. I think that's awesome stuff. So for all you out there, they're giving away looks like 60 days for free, something like that. Man, look at that.
We're down to 30, but it's still free.
Down to 30. We're getting better. I like that. It means you're more popular.
Yeah.
I love that.
Exactly. So
yeah, the link's right there, tradepulse.net. Click on that button for everybody out there. You see the button. I've got it out there live for you. Look, I know Jim personally. He'd love to talk to you if you've got questions about it, right, Jim? And love to talk to you about how that real-time order flow analytics makes you a smarter investor. And being smart in this market is worth lots of money. So it's probably get that free 30 days, but then I think it'd be definitely worth it after that. You'll probably pay yourself back in one trade. So, all right, exactly. Jim, what you got? What you got for us next week? We're looking forward to that, and we'll see you next week, my man.
Sounds good. Appreciate you, Steve. Good seeing you this week.
All right, guys. Jim Batches from Trade Pulse. Hit that button, like, subscribe, hit them up too, man. Thanks, guys.